Come on, yo. All right, this the happy Juneteenth. This is like the only time I like really timestamp these episodes. Welcome back to the Black Rasslin Podcast. Club 835 is in the building.
Yeah.
Miss Mimi, how you doing?
I am doing great. Why?
Why?
Because I'm black.
There you go. That's it.
Today I am black.
I like it. I love it.
And we are celebrating our blackness.
It's crazy.
And yeah I love it.
It's been a week. It's been a year.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a week. I don't know where Math is at. I was talking to Math earlier. He probably on the outside. I know Fam is on maneuvers.
Mm-hmm.
Piece of DDM.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Mimi's here. Who's in the chat? Wait, hold on. I was about to invite, I guess. I didn't even go to the chat.
We should definitely send a huge shout out to DDM today. Huge shout out to him.
Always all love to DDM, for real, for real. You already know, my brother. You already know. I had to send him a note earlier. Piece of Alabama, weirdo #1 reporter for duty. Antoine, what's fun? We'll be talking about the BRP50 in a set. We got some special guests. I got to get them online. I feel like I've been sitting for 10 minutes since we only been on for like a minute and a half. So we'll get the people in the building. Shouts out to Rattler Steve, piece of Tonio. Damn, everybody with them happy Juneteenth. I love to see it. T. Haynes in the building. DeAndre. Yeah, come on, dude. Push that happy Juneteenth in the chat if you can. That'd be great. This ain't we not the Kai Sinat chat, but it'd be cool to see, some of that love in there. Some fists and some yucky, whatever them emojis that you do. Shouts to Vin, Mighty Vin Forte. Shouts out to J-Bo, Sheena in the building. T. Haynes, shout out. Yeah, for real. Piece of DDM and his peoples, for real. We been on my mind for a good part of the day. Peace to him. Shouts out to Justin. Shouts out to Rock. Rock said, Rock said, if you got an issue with the 50, make your own list. I mean, hey, you people do that anyway, but in the spirit of talking about making lists, before we get to the show, it takes a village to raise a 50, and this year we like every year I think we try and step things up in terms of just doing things that are a little bit different. And you need to call your people. You amass a community over a while. So let me actually just start throwing some people in here. Shouts out to Meg. Meg had a phenomenal piece on My World. I got to sit.
Amazing piece.
Thank you. On that interview. Shouts out to AOBaker. AOBaker behind the scenes. It was
behind the scenes, and then I saw you on the Wheels of Steels earlier. I was like, wait, are you a DJ? Like you just a master, a jack of all trades. Is that what they call it?
That's he got his hands in a lot of pots. And speaking of which, we got a YouTube host. We got an interview writer. Cousin Jermaine's in the building. Jermaine also he had a conversation with Stephen Wolf that went up this week as well. Yeah, Mimi had a piece with Naomi that went up this week.
Love her.
Hey, myself, Brother Fame, and Brother DDM, we had a conversation with Obafemi last month. It was like this time last month that finally went up, got to talk to the ruler. Yeah, it's first off, matter of fact, hold up before I say anything.
Yeah,
we appreciate y'all for helping us get the 50 put out. It's because it's really a community thing. If it's anything, it's about raising awareness to the brothers and sisters who are wherever they are on their journey. This is about highlighting them, and really there's still people that didn't know Saul Ruka was mixed. I saw them comments in the IG the other day.
Great.
I guess I don't know.
Before you get to that, I feel like this year was a little bit different because it wasn't just the celebration of the people on the list. It was also the celebration of the content creators that helped us drop the list. And I remember going through my timeline like way before, and I kept seeing Meg's name, and when I said to myself, "Self, I want to reach out to her for something. I didn't know what, but I knew that I wanted to reach out to her for something." And then when Matt put it in our chat that, I said immediately, like, I didn't even let him say yes or no. I was just like, yeah, I got somebody already, and all the content creator videos that I saw, all of that stuff that just came on, because I was out for a minute and then I came back later and saw everything, and I was just like, holy shit, like, y'all really did that. So I want to give a huge shout out to you guys, because we couldn't have done it. We would have done it, but we couldn't have done it the way we did it this year without y'all. So thank you so much.
For AO, was it? So I mean, I'm not trying to tell everybody how the sausage is made, but I mean, we had a conversation with AO, and AO had some ideas, and one of the ideas was, when you talk about content creators, there's a bunch of people. I don't have a list in front of me. There was so many people before the list even started dropping. We talking like this time last week, putting their input on who the number ones is. Oh, I see my brother's in the building. He pop on in a second. AO, this is a weird question, but did anybody like? People was receptive to doing this? Like, was
100%. Yeah, 100%. Like, I want to say everybody that I reached out to, even if they couldn't get back, like, the love for BRP is very clear, because everybody that I reached out to was like, yeah, say less. What's the idea? Send it to me, whatever. Life gets in the way, so obviously, like, life be life, sometimes you just got to move around, and it was a quick turnaround too. This was just last week. We were still going through the videos, but the love is legit.
Facts. I like hearing that. I like that. Let me get the names. Brother Matt, how you doing?
Yo, I really hate niggas.
Here you go.
Talk about it.
What you talking about? The actual conversation about the list?
I love our people. Let's be clear.
100%.
Every year I hate niggas on this day, and it's the sad part. On this day, I hate niggas the most.
We was having that conversation earlier.
I said online. I've been online since about 11 this morning, arguing with niggas about niggas we don't even know. But up until maybe about 3:30, 4 o'clock, I'm like, yo, I gotta unplug. They killing me today. It's too much. It's too much for me today.
Well, Matt said, I ain't gonna have nothing to talk about in the show if I keep going back and forth with y'all.
And I kept going. I was like, yo, I'm gonna unplug for a second. I hop right back on. Pause. Yeah, it's just in me to just argue with niggas that I don't know.
Yeah, I don't understand. It's easy because it's Twitter, I guess. It's easy because it's Twitter.
Yeah,
because people just ignorant and stupid, bro. Like, let's just call a spade a spade. Like, people just real stupid, and they either willfully obtuse or you willfully ignorant. One of the two.
That's facts.
Pick your struggle. Pick your struggle. But don't pick that struggle over here, because I promise you, he gonna be nice about it. I'm not gonna be nice about it.
Who gonna be nice?
That man ain't gonna be nice about nothing.
They don't even ask me about it.
I'm 100% ready to fight.
That's why.
Like, I'm ready to fight you over anything that you want to fight over. You know what I'm saying?
The 50?
If you are willing to fight
over the
so
50.
am I.
I mean, we fight over the 50, right?
We argue over the 50.
Yeah.
I'm willing to walk outside and scuffle with a nigga.
No,
just because you willing to.
What happens? Math is willing to yell at us in the group chat, like, "Hey, y'all wilding," and then we have a conversation and it all makes sense. That's what happened. Online.
My bad, Cal.
No, what you want to
say? Go
ahead.
I ain't got much to say.
No, actually, shout out Joe Dixon, who dropped a 10 in the Yummy. He put some money in the collection plate. Shout out to my brother.
Shout out to Ben.
Always a pleasure, rocking with y'all. I hit the wrong damn music. God damn. I was gonna say something. What was I gonna say earlier? Meg,
Yes.
What would you? I got to sit in on your conversation with Maya World.
Yeah.
What would talk about your experience talking to her? Did you have like a set thought of like how it was gonna come across? You know what I mean? You know, did she live up to the superstar, dreams we have for her?
To be truthfully transparent, I have a podcast, and I've been actually trying to get her on my own podcast, and it just like the schedule was just not scheduling. Right. So when I had the opportunity to actually talk to her, I thought, damn, it took a while, but here it is. It's making it through, and it's with a reputable and popular platform. So I wasn't going to turn it down. Thanks. So just talking to her, I already knew from the plans of when I thought, when I was trying to talk to her sooner, my whole idea was to just make people see what I see her as, which is the next upcoming thing, the next big thing. She is that girl, and I want to do whatever I can on my end to make sure that other people see her as I see her. And because you was in the what I call the producer seat, you saw I kind of had to pull it out of her because she's a very humble person. Yes. And I kept telling her, don't be humble. Like I really want you to
talk your shit, girl.
Yeah, because you going to be up there, and your name is going to be synonymous to someone like a Bianca, like a Mercedes Moné, and I want you to already feel that way about yourself, because at some point that is going to be your reality. But just talking to her is like talking to one of my sisters. I have two sisters that's about the same age as her, and so I was talking to her like I would talk to them. And I'm just glad that the piece came out exactly the way I envisioned it. So, and she liked it. So, and y'all liked it. So I'm good with it. I'm good with it.
That's what I told him earlier. It's good. It makes things easier when you got great content to work.
That's right.
Cal, I legit was speaking of Meg. Shout out to Mimi for Mimi like directing us, like, yo, she's who should be doing this. Talking about you, Meg.
Piece of the pop out of the chat.
So I'm speaking of Meg, and she's telling me all the things that she just said about my world, and I'm like, all right, Meg, I know you bullshitting. Let's see what you're gonna do on this article. And she wasn't. She wasn't. When I first presented the name to her, she was like, "Oh yeah, I've been trying." I'm like, "Yeah, Meg, bullshit." She bullshit, but she wasn't. She really.
That's how it goes sometimes, though.
No bullshit, and you could tell. You could tell it. You could tell, and that's the lovely part about it is bringing people together. You know what I mean?
Right.
And hopefully y'all get together in the future to do something when she makes it to that next level and shit.
Part two.
She should know your face now. You mentioned Mercedes Moné. Man, if you was talking about arguing with people and whatnot, was that's one of the names I saw in regards to, like, even in our chat, it was a back and forth, like, she could have been up. Homegirl just won a.
It wasn't a back and forth. It was. I
mean, I think there's. Because Mercedes Moné has had the year that she's had, and all the belts that she's had, there's always been a conversation of where she gonna land. Because on the flip side, the conversation's been, has the actual presentation and what she, outside of the matches that she's had, has that lived up to what it needs to live up to as a champion? I've seen some people say, hey, she'll need to be up there. I've seen people say, hey, she need to be number one. A lot of people feel like Naomi could have been higher. I don't know if that's the briefcase added more stank on it. But this
She definitely should have been higher.
Higher than who? At number 5. Higher than who? Her tag partner? Your man Darius?
I think that she should have been number 2.
Naomi?
Yes. Naomi's impact is bigger than anything that she's done all year.
Is piece of the turnbuckle. We was having this conversation Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Is part of that recency bias? Because a lot of this is like a lot of the proceed with caution is what, March?
Proceed with caution is March, and she went full throttle. The way when she was part of it started when she was a part of the big 3, right? When she was a part of the big 3, we saw that sisterhood. We saw her and Bianca bringing up Jade. We saw that whole story. That was a story within itself. It was a short-lived story, but you felt the 3 of them were really trying to bring
something.
The 2 of them were trying to bring Jade up, and the 3 of them were trying to do something very, very special that we haven't seen, and that's 3 girlfriends down the block, 3 different personalities, 3 black girls,
3 black girls,
3 different personalities that can be friends for real,
3 BW,
and can be jealous of each other for real.
Edge control, yes. Thank you, Sarah. Edge control.
Edge control.
Yes.
All of it.
Edge control.
All of it.
That was immediate. Edge control was immediate. Yeah.
And the fact
shouts
that
to my boy Chad. We
relate,
calling them the Cocoa Butter Combat Club.
there you go. See, within the black community, those 3 girls have really, really stamped and made an impact. Period. And then when this whole split happened, Naomi basically shifted completely. This isn't Team Bad. She was not afraid to show it. And the level of the different, like the proceed with caution, you can't even put your finger on it because it's part crazy, part gang, part sadistic, part everything. And I just think that she's doing it so effortlessly, and she has everybody on the timeline like locked in.
Right.
And she's been doing that since March. And now she won the Money in the Bank outside of the whole outside of the thing.
That's the tough part.
But I just feel like the impact that she has made on the community reigns like higher than anything that she would have held, and even those tag belts that she held.
I want to be clear that Naomi was already locked in before she won the Money in the Bank.
Right.
We just want to be clear with the people when they, because she did win it outside of our year.
Right. It was already there.
I want to be clear. She was already there. It just so happens she was already the cover. It just so happens she won, and we said, "Fuck it, throw the cover out." It was that day. It was ready.
It was that.
It wasn't even ready.
Saturday. It was that. Yeah.
It wasn't
the version that went out on the timeline. Hold up. I'm sorry, Joe Dixon. The version that went out on the timeline wasn't this.
Yeah, it wasn't.
The letters in the top right was. This is the final. This was the final. The other one had the red around the letters up top. It was, and it had 7. Again, you could play. The shit is fire. The shit is fire, but it did what it needed to do. I mean, we kind of that kind of landed in our lap, but
that cover actually sparked a conversation about a physical copy or a digital copy.
People.
You've been doing saying that for years.
The sad part is that conversation came up, and then I brought a totally different conversation up to math.
Right back, and I say, "Hey, Cal, fuck you."
What was you saying, Ayo?
I was just saying, do that. Make that physical. Make that physical. Piece to blame Bookie too.
Yeah, piece to blame. Hold on.
That's a whole nother. Hold on, A. Hold on. Because it's a few motherfuckers that gotta get their flowers. Y'all go get y'all flowers. Hold tight.
Because we were talking earlier about the content creators. That's one thing I wanted to bring up earlier. So I did want to run that list of people who was thinking was going to be number one on the list. Again, shout out AO, shout out Gabby and the whole squad of Lip Gloss and Ladders. Peace to Stat Guy Greg, our counsel. Heartbreak Julio, shouts out to him. He was upset because his number one wasn't number one, but he understood when shit happened. Shouts out to Hollywood, Brian H. Waters, always. Peace to Queen Steph Hardy. Shouts out to Poetic Scotland. Is that the dude? Did he do the poetry at the Ashe the one time?
Yeah, Ashe, yeah.
I thought, okay, he looked for me. He did look for me. I thought so. And peace to your brother Chad Law, man. That was an ill group of
Chad Law. So, hey, just a question, because Cuz up in the corner had the same question. What made you go with Lee Moriarty? I know you gave a whole soliloquy, but Cuz was confused.
Nah, I get it. It's like it's partially kayfabe, right? Like I am a legit Lee Moriarty fan. But by the time I had to do the video, I've already seen the list.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? How's it gonna look if I'm like, nah, I think son that's number one should be number one. Like I can't do that.
I would have did it. Fuck it.
Yeah, like you know. But in all actuality, I had a Lee Moriarty shirt on earlier today. Like I'm actually a legit fan of that guy. You know what I mean? And just the fact that when I look at his year, he legit is the second longest reigning pure champ in that company's history, which counts for something. History. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's probably going to be the longest reigning in a little bit of time.
Right.
Plus, like the matches were dope. High profile match against Nigel McGuinness in a come out of retirement, second match out of retirement. Right. And then I just think when we start talking about influence, might not be immediate influence, right? But when you see people do things outside of pro wrestling, obviously that's not necessarily part of the criteria, but I thought it was necessary to highlight that. You know what I mean? Like anytime I kind of speak about a wrestler or wrestling in general, I just want to put somebody up on something that, oh shit, I didn't know. So I thought it was dope. Maybe you think that's dope too. So all that kind of weighed in, but it's also partially like I can't go in and say, I think Obafemi should be number one. I just saw the list. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
wait,
a little bit of kayfabe sprinkled in it.
Cousin Jermaine,
yes, sir.
Who did you think was number one on the list before the list dropped?
Before the list dropped, or before I knew who was number one?
Before you saw the list, who did you think was going to be number one on the list?
Mercedes.
See?
Simply because of the criteria that's set forth of TV matches,
right,
impact, title reigns, length of title reigns, so on and so forth. For most of the year in question, May, I believe it's 20-something to May 15th for this year, she had titles, not just a title, but titles.
Look at Mimi's face.
He filled in the biggest part of the. He filled in a big part of the criteria, but upon learning that Obafemi was number one, I understood why. Because he is like he's next. He's that guy.
He now and he tomorrow, yeah. And
he's in a position where you can see him carrying that torch in the future, not just for NXT, but for the whole WWE as a company. And so you also have that's part of the criteria is your projection and your trajectory. So I understood why Oba was number one.
Meg.
Yeah.
Has you had any thoughts about that number? Because it feels like, again, I'm only asking because there was a whole shout out to AO. There was a whole conversation about who that number one. It still is.
Well, you want to know who I thought was going to be on number one, or who I wanted to be number one?
The first one first, and the second one second.
Okay. I have to. Mimi, don't me mad.
Yes.
I'm
not gonna be mad.
But I have to agree with Jermaine. I really thought Mercedes was gonna be number one.
See?
And it's just the optics. The optics said she had a really, really, really good year, especially with the fact that she's not only kind of dominating the women's division in AEW, but also other companies as well. She's collecting belts across these continents, and no one like us is doing that right now. Now, who I would have wanted to be number one?
Say it. This is safe space.
I like Oba.
Mm-hmm.
But I really feel like Javon had a good year. I feel like he had progressed so much since last year.
That's real.
His title defenses, his not title defenses, but title opportunities. His
Stepping up
with his feud with Oba and Trick. His feud with Ethan Page. Like even the little small moment that he had with RVD. And it just feels like they're ready to put the rocket on his back. They're really ready to, make him a champion. And I hope that happens soon. But when I found out it was Oba, like I said, I'm not mad at it. Oba had a fantastic year this year. And and I like him as champion. I think the belt looks good on him. So yeah, but I'm kind of surprised Mercedes wasn't number one this year. I'm not mad about it, but I'm
this is why I asked. This is why I asked. I love it. What you about to say, Mav?
This is my question, Meg. Do you trust?
Yes, Antoine.
Do you trust them to give the microphone to Javon and him to get him where he needs to go? Do you trust him in that position right now?
I would trust Sean to do it over Paul.
I
would trust Sean to do it over Paul.
Yep.
I really feel like Sean, he
takes risks.
He really does. And I think he really listens to those around him. Not to say Paul doesn't, but he's still going to feel like I know what I'm doing. Like there's only room for one driver, but I'll take your advice if it fits with what I'm doing. But I think with Sean, if you go up to him and you really tell him like, hey, I really feel like it's time for me to jump into the deeper side of the pool. I think Sean is more so of, okay, let me see how I can make this fit to where not it follows the storyline, but it will also give you that opportunity that you're looking for. And I seriously believe within the next 6 months to a year, Javon will be champion.
But we also got to think about it. Triple H is not playing with the same house money that Shawn Michaels does.
No.
Triple H has much more oversight on him as far as corporate investors, TKO, so on and so forth. Shawn doesn't have as much of that over him, so he can play a little bit more loose and free. And he only has 2 hours of TV that he has to program every week. Triple H is over 4, 5, maybe 6 hours if you're looking at Raw, SmackDown, plus main event. And what they doing on Twitter on speed. So we also got to factor that in as well. We can't take that away saying that Trips don't understand that Shawn does. Trips has more oversight than Shawn has.
Sure.
Absolutely. I'm one of the first people online, and I get a lot of flack for it because I'm one of the first people that will defend Paul. I'm the first one to say, every time someone gets fired, they want to look at Paul, but I have to remind them, like, there is a level of people above him. Like, he might have a say, but he don't have the say. Like, there is still people above him who will say, we like that suggestion, but we think it's best if we do it this way. I totally understand that. But like you said, within those 2 hours that Shawn has a stronger there's a stronger impact. So when people say the women's division in NXT is better than any women's division, you can't refute that. Because even though he doesn't have as much TV time as Paul do, he understands.
And that's the big part. That's the big part. The fact that he has such a short such a short platform to go by, and he can fit all that in, where Triple H has, I feel like, a little bit more landscape. He's got more footprint. That's the word I want to use. And sometimes it doesn't land.
Right.
Hey, Sean, the thing is though, and this, I'm gonna get to my point in a second, but Sean, outside of because I believe y'all are correct, but Sean also, he know how to spot a winner.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know whose choice it was to take Stephanie Vaquer from down to CMLL and say, oh yeah, bring her over here right now.
Mm-hmm.
But once they did that, he put that rocket on her back early. And where's she at right now? She probably about to be wrestling Nikki Bella at Evolution. We'll talk about that later. I say that to say, when I looked at this year, or what this year was shaping up to be around the Rumble time, and I looked at, because we have conversations in our chat, and one of the biggest conversations we have, aside from being like, yo, watch NXT, is like, NXT is the black show. The black show people looking for, that's not on the main roster, that's not on AEW. That's it every week, them 2 weeks. For some reason, HBK, he knows how to pick them, and whether the nigga Bouncy or whether it's, Jada Parker, whoever, like, the shit just works, right? Obafemi was the breakout. He was the NXT breakout Yamin, which is what got him the NXT North American Championship, which he held longer than anybody else held. He's got the longest reign in that, and the youngest winning that title. Remember, everybody was shocked that he lost that title. I was shocked because who was beating Obafemi? He left. Came back as the Iron Survivor, said, boom, guess what? I got your NXT championship, and that shit has been sitting in his hands the whole time. He took it there, and I'm going to tell you, I hate that this is one thing that's a big factor, but the fact that man beat Moose ass on that show in New York at the theater at the Garden, there's a lot of things that Oba did in this year when you really look at the accolades, and the fact that it's between, for some people, arguably it's between him and Mercedes, and the one thing that's really holding Mercedes up is that she had on them titles, and it's been on, having these matches that people are feeling like it's been some of the best over there. For me, even outside of everything everybody else is doing, the proceed with caution, all that, Oba is the guy right now who's also got the potential to be the guy whenever they're ready to put him up there. And I think for me, for that, even if it's just this year, he could lose that title tomorrow and go off on whatever path. But like, when you look at the 50 and you look at it for how that May to May looks, for me, it was Oba without even a question. And this was, man, back in like January, February, it was the first conversation we had. And I think it may have been a Oba Mercedes conversation, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
but we also got to remember part of the criteria is TV, and a lot of Oba stuff was on TV and broadcast. A lot of Mercedes stuff was not. So we got to factor that in as well.
So this the thing, cause we had this discussion as well, because it's everything. You can go and see everything now. You know what I'm saying? If you attempt to find it, you're gonna be able to find it.
This been your conversation a lot, though.
TV, you got TNA on television, you got NXT on television, you got New Japan popping up. Granted, it's none of us in New Japan, but you can go see the Joshis, the Black Joshis. You can if you want to see it, you can find it. All of these people are available to see. So I don't know if dumbing that part of the criteria down a little bit would be the answer to it, or what? Because you could go see Mercedes matches. You can see all of Mercedes.
Can you see the EW? What's the name of that one belt that she just won earlier this month?
One in Austria.
Yeah, I had never heard of that organization before. European Wrestling Association. I didn't know they had a title that she could win.
But the thing is, though, is it's how easy is it to access and watch these matches, though? Like that also has to play a factor into it.
Don't ask me.
I mean, like maybe by the same token, if she's winning a title from an organization that you haven't heard of, the influence is that now you know what it is. You know, she kind of put that on the map. Who is she in that wrestling match with? Maybe that's a name that you didn't know before. Now you know that name. You know, so I guess there's the flip too. You know, for this like the crate diggers versus the radio kind of vibe.
No, and I think just like one of the things about the list that a lot of people say is they learn stuff. People, there's always somebody saying, I never knew who this person was, or I mean, it's a great resource. I've seen people say that's the type of stuff that's that in living form. The idea that, you know, the hope that because she's collecting belts and going to these different companies and wrestling for the belts, you could be learning. That's how I learned about Stephanie Vaquera, was because before the match that she had with Mercedes, it was the one tournament, I think, for one of those titles, and Stephanie was the champion. That was their first match. That was the first time I'd ever heard of a Stephanie Vaquera. So I mean, you know, I think there's a lot of truth to that. Was there anybody else we need to shout out? Blame Boogie.
We shout
Blame Boogie.
Shout out to all the haters too. We love y'all, keeping y'all employed by doing good work.
I hate y'all, motherfucker.
Shouts to Meals. Meals just popped up in the chat now. Shouts out to Meals. Meals put the R-Truth Ron Killings situation into context, kind of under the wire. And I was like, we may need speak on this a little bit more. And what he turned in was dope, but you know what it ended up becoming. It was necessary for the situation. But I'm trying. Was there anybody? I don't want to forget nobody.
We definitely gotta take more time to give. We gotta take more time to give Blame his props. One sec
though, because I did want to shout out Brooklyn Ray as well. Brooklyn Ray, she did the piece on Khan that went up today. Check that out. She had the conversation with him, and I mean, for talking about different sides of a pro wrestling characters, it was dope to have her. I'm sorry, Brooklyn Ray. My apologies. She had a conversation with Khan, and the conversation was really about building his character and his gimmick as a pro wressler while because I mean, you've seen him with his, you know, representing his heritage, his Cameroonian mask and all that stuff, but he's not just trying to be like they're talking about, you know, bringing the horror elements inside, and really because he's very cinematic, I guess is probably a good way to say. So, you know, she really got to have a good conversation with Khan about how he approaches building out, you know, that part of his character. Again, outside of the physicality. Now, shouts out to Brooklyn Ray. Hope you had a good day on your Juneteenth today. Blame really put his foot in a lot of this stuff. Everything looked like trading cards. You go through the shit. It looked like trading cards.
First, before we get to Blame, I know I was about to speak on Blame, but before we get to Blame, I gotta shout out AO. AO called me. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of backstory. AO called me at the bar in Philly and was like, "Yo, what's good? We gotta work together." I said, "I got you."
I've had those type of calls before.
AO walked away. AO came back with Blame Boogie. Cal's like, "Yo, I love this nigga." I'm like, "Cal, I don't know who the fuck Blame Boogie is, but we gotta work with AO." Fast forward, I hit AO like, "Yo, check this out. This is what we're gonna do." Boom, 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 boom. And he bought without a hesitation. He bought Blame.
You good?
There he was. Why?
Technology is the in the building.
It's that in the Matrix.
Still on mute. Bro.
They playing.
Oh, it's the Roblox.
My son playing 2K.
So when he plays 2K, you go on mute?
It mess up his computer.
Hey, you gotta do what I do and go. You gotta go on the app and shut off the internet to his PS5.
Right, yeah. Is his 2K squad all black people at least?
Who don't? His 2K score is basketball. Ain't no white people playing basketball.
I'm watching right now. It's a couple white people on the Pacers at least. I don't know what squad is.
Yo, I can't turn off his internet connection because I may forget. I'm old.
Daddy, it's been 3 weeks. I haven't played 2K since. That's crazy.
But now back to what I was saying, yo. Ayo, he did his motherfucking thing here. It's a lot of things we didn't get to touch on to get, you know what I mean, to give y'all the full experience, but that's gonna happen. He put us on the blame. It was like, yo, it's y'all world. Blame took it from there. He got a few bullet points from me, and then he did his motherfucking thing. So shout out to Blame. If you're watching this, Blame, Cal loves you.
Hey, no, that's one of the few people on the internet who, like, you know, you meet somebody and then you just start talking a bunch of, you know, and we have conversations all the time, and this is the first time we've randomly been able to work on something together. Peace to Sierra in the chat as well. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. She said I'm gonna send y'all the doc. She sent the doc last night, right? It was late, and I had stuff to edit. I was working on Mimi stuff. I was working on the Oba stuff. I told Matt, I was like, I'm gonna read this tomorrow. I wasn't ready for the whole timeline. I wasn't, and it's dope. It's really dope, but it's like I'm a quarter of the way through, and that piece is already longer than some of the quarter of the way through is longer than most of the copy that was turned in from everybody else. But it's
some beautiful shit.
It's necessary, but it's for real. Shouts out to Sarah. I mean, we've been waiting on this piece for so long. I don't know. Have we talked about it on
no?
Like we've not talked. So I don't want to spoil the subject matter.
So this is why she was like, nigga, all the European shit is available, nigga. This is why you're gonna figure it out when this shit drops.
You'll see. So I'm gonna say it here. I'm still working on it.
I'll
well, hey, I'm glad we finally got the document. Once it's ready, y'all got it. Hopefully, it's a secret project. It's been talked in the open air, but yeah, I don't want to spoil the subject matter, but just know it. She put both feet just right in the pot.
Just before we roll, Cal, I wanted to ask, Cuz, AO, and Meg, who was their prospect? Not necessarily prospect, but who they think gonna make the splash next year? Who was their number one right now for next year?
Good question.
If you think it's Oba, it's Oba. If you think it's Mercedes, it's Mercedes. Let me know.
I honestly think it is Mercedes, right? Because in, I don't know, a month and a half, she's probably going to win that AEW Women's Championship at their biggest show of the year. You know, I don't know what happens with the rest of the titles, but between, like, she's going to, you know, be in that match with Toni Storm, and she's going to probably beat Toni Storm, you know, and I don't think she's going to win that title and then lose it in a month. So I expect her to have, like, what's ill about Mercedes was even as the TBS champ, she was slotted in a higher slot than Toni Storm on those pay-per-views. So she was already like the default women's champ, even though she wasn't the crown women's champ. So when you put both of those together, the actual default and the crown, I think she, you know, she's primed to have a real solid year in that spot. So I'm gonna go Mercedes number one next year.
Did you see Mimi's face?
I already know. I already know.
Meg.
Hey.
You stupid.
You know, honestly, I'm gonna go with Trinity.
I've been hearing that. I'm
gonna go with Naomi. I think, you know, with this whole heel turn and the social media aspects of it, the interactions, the little things like her being in the back, you know, watching like Michael Myers, you know, and the briefcase and all the stuff that she's putting in the briefcase, and now this almost inevitable feud that she is ultimately going to have with Bianca. if she doesn't have this feud with Bianca, then maybe at some point they'll make it that Bianca was in on it the whole time. I don't know. I feel like that would be the biggest gag in the world if it comes out that Bianca was indeed in on it the whole time. And it
that's storytelling. How is that hate?
If they can manage to do that and ultimately turn Naomi and Bianca against Jade, I think that it would not only push Jade higher, but it will also continue to, show the depths of this character with Naomi, because a lot of people thought Naomi was a one-trick pony, and now she's showing you that she's much more than that. So I would love to see her and Mercedes fight for number 1 and number 2, especially after the year that they had in 2022, and then ultimately having to go their own separate ways. And as you can see, Naomi is where she's at in the WWE. Mercedes is pretty much taking over the world right now. It just goes to show that walking out of WWE all those years ago may have been the best move for them to make after all. It may have been the best move for them to make, because would they be where they are today if they haven't? That will always be a what if question that is not, it's not going to have an answer. So I'm definitely going with Naomi. Yeah.
Jermaine?
I'll go with Naomi.
I actually had 3.
We asked for one.
3?
Because
I got 15 picks. I promise. They all got a prospect too.
Because I'm a grown man, I could do that.
That's just because you're
like
bigger than
I had
everybody.
Don't make me
Anybody
I'm
want
gonna
to
step
choke
over
slam,
the top
let me
rope
know.
with 3, man.
Anybody want to catch a choke slam, let me know. But the reason why, because I picked a male, a female, and a dark horse.
Okay.
The male I picked was Trick Williams. The female I picked was Willow, and the dark horse I picked was Darius Carter.
You and Faye said, "Hey, Willow, it should have been number 1, but she's always number 1 in my life."
Wait. Cause here's my question: how does an independent make it to 1?
Because if he made it from where he was the last couple of years, and he's steadily rising up the list at number 4, and he keeps going the way he's going, I don't see why we can't shock the world and pick somebody different. If we just talked about we could stream Mercedes matches, we could stream Darius's matches too. So why don't we put them on the same playing field? We can't give somebody a part of the criteria and then take it away from somebody else.
Shit. Speaking of Ashe, they got the Juneteenth sale right now. 19% off tickets for the show at the end of the month. AsheWrestling.com. Go to the Eventbrite. It's a good point. And I think Darius Carter was the other conversation. The fact that, and I think, Math, correct me if I'm wrong, that conversation may have started the night he won that title.
That was the night he won the title.
Because he was already at a certain number, and it's like, all right, he ended up being the Thanos of the Ashe story, and he still got that title. He ain't lost that Yamin yet. So it's.
I think it's also like when you look at how Ashe as a brand is continuing to go up, and he's essentially the guy, right? As he continues to grow, also the promotion continues to grow. So you can measure both of those.
We got to stop talking shop. Sean Tragedy out here keeping score on people -3 points, -5 points. We ain't even do all that yet. We ain't even put none of that.
Oh, Tragedy said y'all ain't say shit about CMLL.
Well, we got to get to the show. Meg, Ayo, Jermaine, appreciate y'all coming through for the cold open to have this extended conversation about the 50. Shouts out to Vin. No, wait, what you saying? What was you about to say?
I was gonna say, hold on, Cal. Before Ayo roll, I need him to share his drop that's coming up. If it ain't already dropped, I ain't take the drop.
Oh, no. Those are like a fall joint, but I'm gonna share them right here, like the early sneak. Hold on.
He got the.
Sorry.
Matter of fact, these is like maybe 9 left.
Oh,
maybe
see,
9 of these left.
Whole
Right?
8. You got 8 left.
I got 6 left.
No, you said 8. You got 8.
Right. These are at wrestlehats.com, right? But
I thought they was gone.
I got 9 left.
8
But
left.
The drop that I sent Math in the chat, like probably for fall, I got these corduroy truck hats. I got the Yankee color corduroy.
And the Mets.
And then I got the Met color corduroy.
Oh, those are hard. The trucker.
Trucker.
Those are
corduroy truckers.
Mm-hmm.
So those I'm gonna put on sale. I mean, whoever want to hit me, but I'm gonna put those on sale like end of the summer, right for fall.
That's on Wrestle Hats. On Wrestle Hats.
Yeah, all on like part of my fresh doc. Yeah, wrestlehats.com. You get it's all the same company. I'm just trying to make sure the marketing makes sense, but it's all one website, really.
Wrestle Hats, part of my fresh.com,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. Shout out.
But nah, those Wrestle Hats 2 is in the works now. That's the next joint I'm trying to figure out now. But
Wrestle Hats.
Love it.
Since we here, Ayo, any other socials you want to get to people before we get to the show?
Nah, I mean, like, just follow me at I am AOBaker, and any work is at my personal website is madebyAOBaker.com. That'll link you to all of the above, the hats, music, advertising, all that.
Facts. Miss Megan, where could the people find you and your work?
You can find me on Twitter at I am Megan Ambers or Instagram at Megan Ambers. I do have a podcast, if I may speak candidly. I haven't updated in a while, but I'm gonna get back to it soon. Hopefully within the next few weeks. And yeah, just find me on my socials. I'm always there, saying something, upsetting somebody.
Love it. Appreciate you.
And I'm backing her up.
Hold on, Cal. Before Meg roll, Meg also got some shit coming with us. Don't worry, she don't know yet, but it's coming. After this show, I'm gonna let her know. I'm gonna let her know what we got next. Don't worry
what
about
the next assignment is. Here we go.
Zoe Dubois. Zoe Dubois, if you want to, you know what I mean. Check out Zoe Dubois.
Righty.
Speaking of content in the future, cousin Jermaine, where can people find you on them social? Where do people can find your content, all that stuff? Let them know.
I put it right there because I'm old and I'll forget. @_Jermaine on Twitter.
There you go.
Mama name him Twitter. I'm gonna call him Twitter. And on
Other side, Jermaine. Other side.
Cuz, where are your knees at when you sit down right there?
they like right underneath.
No, hey yo.
If I move, you might see him.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I can't
Move, you might see him.
What is going on?
No, I'm trying to order this hat from AO while we talking.
That's right.
Love.
Put in that order.
Appreciate y'all. We got to get to this show. So you ain't got to go home, but you got to get out of here. Let me hit this intro and get them out of here so we could talk a bunch of wrestling. 1 second.
Love.
Greetings, wrestling fans, and welcome to another action-packed card of All-Star Wrestling.
I told them niggas I wasn't working on Juneteenth. What they was talking about.
Fan. You're not muted.
Hey guys.
How you doing?
Why do you sound like you're in a
This is
tunnel?
right on time here. You know.
Welcome back. Peace to the little brother. Welcome back to the Black Rasslin Podcast, Juneteenth edition. There's less people on the screen right now, but we got my brother back. As you can see, God is clearly still working on us. It's your boy Cal. I have not had a title in a while. Ain't even a pay-per-view to another couple. What, next week? We'll see if I get a title then. I just got my squad. We got a new 50 list, and I got my Heinekens. Miss Mimi.
Mm-hmm.
Please say what's good to the people, yo.
What's good to the people?
Classic.
Because today is a classic day.
I love it. I love it. Brother family.
No, you ain't gonna make me the whack nigga from Star Trek, nigga. Yo, we were talking about the 4-count intros for Pharrell, like yeah, every single song, yo. Every single song.
Yeah, it's a signature at this point.
It'd be a slow jam, it'd be a goddamn a hardcore Pusha T record, Snoop Dogg. Talking about nothing that somebody else wrote. It's doom, 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 doom. Yeah, yo, 4-count, yo, in the building. Yo, Fam 790 social media choice. And I got a new job. I'll let you know about that later.
We'll talk about that in a bit. Brother Matthew. Shout out Littlefoot.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Littlefoot. Yeah, I ain't got shit today. Mav, Damon.
I need glasses like that. That may be on next. You know what I mean?
You the champ, though. You the champ.
Yeah. Because just to give you a little bit of backstory, I've been like the what's his name has been kicking my ass.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I've
been sick I've been feeling sick for a minute. Mm-hmm. And I just ain't, and then coupled with working on this motherfucking 50, I just ain't been. I said, fuck it. I've been what's the word I'm looking for? Depriving Tony Brown of airtime.
Mm-hmm.
Next week, Tony Brown is back.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna give y'all what y'all need.
We're gonna give y'all what y'all speaking of give
what y'all deserve.
I did spend $200 in shipping to get that belt to you. $200. There's a white man that came to my house.
Well spent.
His name
white
was
man
Charlie.
came to my house with white gloves on. I said, nigga, don't you touch this. You know what I mean? And he
shout out to one of our cousins or
outstanding.
On
not
that
today.
note.
Not today, cuz. Not today, cuz. It's not what we're doing today.
Not today, but I guess I could deliver some good news today. Not only is Ron Killings number 50 on the BRP50 for 2025, he's got a title match with John Cena on SmackDown on Friday. Word on road is SmackDown is going to be going back to 2 hours.
Really?
I read a report. They said that they're going to be recording the July 4th episode on June 30th, and the July 4th episode is supposed to be back to 2 hours. And they said people said they confirmed it because there's something going on. There's something premiering in August, and the show that USA has put on in August is going to be on that 10 o'clock slot. It's on Friday night.
Silk Stockings is coming back.
Yo, it's lit.
Silkier Stockings. Silkier. Yeah. Thank you, Ron Killings, for making SmackDown 2 hours again. I mean, maybe that's his thing. I'm assuming he's losing that match. Even though he beat up John Cena all of last week. That was my favorite part of the show.
I don't think it's going to be a match.
You think John Cena going to do something to him?
I don't think with the same thing that's been running around on the internet. I don't think CM Punk is taking that trip
to Saudi.
I don't think he's going to take that trip.
I think he's going to take that trip for that paycheck.
Wait.
Sammy made the trip.
Sammy made the trip a couple times.
Yeah.
But wait. No, Matt. Hold on one sec. Shouts out to everybody tapped in. Peace of y'all tapped in tonight, Juneteenth. So I got this.
Boy, he don't look like the Asian dude that be on AEW.
That's Minoru's.
Yeah, that is Minoru.
I don't want him.
That is Minoru Hellcat.
I do
That is
not want him to block
Negoro.
us. Do
Negoro.
not.
Negoro.
He gonna block
Negoro
us. Stop.
No,
Y'all gotta stop.
no, me. It's already happened.
Come on.
He blocked us.
Oh, he know what that looked like. Come on, cut that out.
Negoro is crazy. Nah, Negoro.
Negoro Suzuki.
But wait, so he was beating John Cena up every time he could see him last week.
It's not Murder. It's Uncle Murder.
Uncle Murder. That may be the name of the episode. He beat up John Cena to the point where they set up the match, but you're telling me this is going to turn into CM Punk not going to Saudi. What happens? Like, how do we get from because that's crossed brands. I honestly feel like Uncle Murder beats the stuffing out of John, and John won't get back. That's what I feel like. He beats the stuffing out of him and doesn't get. There's no decision. You know what I'm saying? So CM Punk is just like, what? Truth, you got it. Killing Ron, go fight him.
He bumps him
with cocaine.
How?
I mean, no, he takes the bump and then
Fair
bumps.
Fair enough. That's a long lasting tradition in pro wrestling.
Well, because I was thinking initially that this, even when CM Punk went out there with and him and John was talking, initially I thought they was about to start the road to SummerSlams. So when they said we're going to do this in Saudi at the end of June, I said, really? I wasn't even thinking about Punk and whatever political, if he may or may not have, if he wasn't planning on going. I just figured that Punk and Cena, the match that they've been teasing since Elimination Chamber when they had that back and forth, I figured that was going to be one of the SummerSlam nights. So I was kind of surprised when they said end of June. I'm fine with it if they change it, but
SummerSlam is the moneymaker, right? You think
SummerSlam would be the moneymaker?
That's why I think it's pushed to SummerSlam. I could be wrong. I'm just wilding right now, but I'm going to go with that being SummerSlam.
I think what you're saying makes sense. It's the road to get why do this? Because they already got the money from Saudi.
They don't really got the money.
They don't really need to put asses in seats like that. That's guaranteed house at a certain point. So you don't really need, there's no need to do your money maker match there. I just don't like the.
I think they get the house. I think they get a portion of the house as well.
And I think the house is probably bigger because it seems like the people are more genuinely hype about it. But it's I can't judge the Saudi shows like I would something over stateside because it feels like there's more work to be done in some spots over here than it would be over there. In my opinion, it feels like those shows are going to be. They're getting how many shows in Saudi Arabia? 2 a year, maybe.
Aren't they getting Royal Rumble
next year? I believe.
Yeah.
That's what's going to be happening.
You can't even drink over that, Joe.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
They just hype. I wouldn't suggest it.
Do not. No, do not.
I don't want to go to jail in Severn, nigga. I'm not going to those shit. I go there. I see your bed, nigga. You knew what was going on. You shouldn't have did it.
Not damn. Somebody told me yesterday I had this thing. White man had a beard down here. Hey, nice beard. I think he said it because he wanted a compliment. But you go over there, they might believe that you now with something. What you doing over here? I'm not over there.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
We don't know what you
Cal, you feel that, Joe?
When you log on.
I'm in Jersey. If you know where I'm at, I'm in Jersey. That's where you do know. You ain't see as much you see me walk around offline. You ain't see no sand.
Listen, y'all talking a little bit too much.
It
That
ain't
man
no
might be
skyscrapers
listening.
looking like I've been around some money.
Ice be knocking on his door right now.
Listen, I legit saw you talk to a lady that don't speak English.
Huh? Oh,
I
that's a homegirl. I got to keep tabs with her, make sure she good. That's the lady with the eyes. That's
The Haitian lady.
She look, every time I see her, she got a conversation for me. Every time I see her, she got a conversation for me. I wish. I need to meet Mimi. You need to give me like some lessons, something. So I one of these days I need to learn.
You have a conversation with her. Wait, she'd be talking to you in Creole and
Yes.
you don't understand a fucking
Yes.
word, and you just standing there nodding your head.
And I'd be like,
Nothing, that's all
every
you can come up with.
conversation I have, I say, "Are you all right?"
Her and
And then
Cal
she
have a
starts talking.
conversation. They have a conversation every time they see each other, and nobody
Every
understands
time
anything. They don't understand shit.
What else?
They
You
just be
said
talking.
glide me the next time you talk to her.
I will.
Don't you gonna be?
I'll record
You
it just
not
so you know
doing
what she said. Nah, just so you know what she's saying one time. Because I genuinely, I know one day I was in the store. She needed money, is what it was, and I gave her some money to one. This was years ago, though. This was years ago. I think they wasn't even going to
She
serve her.
remembers you probably. She remembers.
She lived on my. She's lived around the. I've been around here for so
She live
long
on the
that
block.
every time I see her, we always have an interaction, and I swear for God, shouts out to her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to get home. I got this shit about to melt. I just went to the grocery. I'm sorry. So this is
Caliban.
bait and switch is the word I was thinking of. The Ron Killings-John Cena is going to be, that's going to end up being the bait and switch for Punk to end up with Cena at SummerSlam, is what you saying, man?
Yeah.
I could see it. I
this.
could see it.
I can see it
because the whole Caliban is crazy. The whole because of the Ron Killings return and the new contract and all that stuff. Like we may dance around a lot tonight. It's plans change, just like with this. You wild. Shouts out to downtown.
Olafendio.
Olafendi. I don't know if that could be the name of the
Hey
episode.
now.
I don't know if Olafendi.
Oh God.
Downtown. Hope to see you next
Hey
week.
now.
No, because it just like it feels like Ron Killings may be switching up storylines. Word on road is that the Liv Morgan shoulder injury has put, I don't want to say a monkey wrench, but they saying that whatever plans they have for Evolution is out the window. Not that they can't fix it. There's enough women that piece of Nick. There's enough women out there. Nick got the Hogan hoodie in the avatar. That's the shit I like to see. They got enough storylines. They could probably pivot, but it also felt like she could have been wrestling Nikki Bella. She could have been wrestling Io Sky. I don't know who's eating them pins now. Who eating the pin, Mimi? It's a weird time.
It's a very weird time. I'm not into the whole nostalgia thing, so I honestly thought that they were gonna have Asuka not lose, not get pinned, but lose. So that was a pleasant surprise
on her return back after X amount of time. Yeah.
So I think it's an interesting time right now. I think they are gonna eat pins.
This is still
I don't know about this Raquel business now. I think she's probably gonna eat pins.
Oh yeah, no, Raquel Rodriguez and Ivy Nile, they're certified pin eaters right now. Like that, they're the only ones who I think. Well, they're two of the main ones who they won't. Them being beaten by somebody on the come up, it's not going to hurt them at all.
And the other one, what's the other one that's part of the American people?
Ivy.
No, the other one.
The other
Maxine Dupree.
Oh, the alpha homegirl. Yeah, she could eat a pin. They got to put her in more matches, but yeah, she could eat a pin for real.
It's going to be interesting what they do with the what is her name?
Who?
Zelina.
That title is that title made. It's because Giulia's been after her, right? I feel like the one time I saw her Giulia beat up Zelina and they hold up that title, like yeah, like nah, she about to get that shit and hold that for a little. She may be Giulia may be. Fuck, I hate to say it because I don't want them to do it, but it feels like they may run the Nakamura play with her. Now that she's on the main roster, he was United States champion not too long ago, and he was working with everybody. But it felt when I saw it felt like it was destined for her to be in that position. What the hell else is going on this week? So Asuka won hers. Alexa Bliss and Jade Cargill also qualified for the Queen of the Ring tournament. I haven't even looked at the brackets. It may be too early to even care about how far people are going. The Queen of the Ring and the King of the Ring, they get a world title match in a ring?
Yeah.
Do it matter?
The match or the ring?
No, I mean, well, like last year it was Gunther that won, and then he lost to Cody, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember the women's
He lost what to Cody?
The match. Cody beat him.
Yeah, Cody beat him.
Was it like was that a Saturday Night's Main Event or it was one of them PLEs? It was one of them big shows. It was a decent match, but Cody beat him.
Oh,
Nia. Gunther and Nia.
Nia won the other one.
That's right. Yeah. She walked around with the crown on.
Like the King and Queen of the Ring, it don't feel like it's got the same, even though they get a world title match, it don't feel like it's got the same clout as like a winning the Royal Rumble or winning
I thought Gunther's well, Triple H did come out and crown both. Gunther's felt different because he actually walked around as the guy.
He played the gimmick up,
yeah, and I think Nia won. Too. I thought she won like right after she won the
title.
Yeah, I thought she won the title like
that's how
soon after she got the match, so she didn't have the opportunity to be like the queen.
She had the crown. She won the title, and then Tiffy had the briefcase, and they teased that for 7 months or whatever the case may be. I'm really just trying to figure out. Not that it doesn't make sense to like root for somebody, but does the tournaments feel like you can? This is a possible. Like it don't feel like a situation where Gunther's got the title, then Seth's got the briefcase. You're like, oh shit, he about to win that. Like I'm not even thinking about who's winning the King or Queen of the Ring tournament in regards to possibly taking a world title from somebody. I don't feel like it's got the same vibe to it.
I'm looking forward to the whole cash in. This Money in the Bank thing is kind of like a detour. It feels like a detour.
Do y'all believe the word on road that Hunter hates the briefcase?
I've seen that.
I've never heard of that. I've never heard that.
I saw that come up a lot right before the PLE.
Right before the
I would need to see. He's been in that chair for it'll be 3 years. SummerSlam essentially. The last couple of years, Drew won the briefcase and cashed it in and lost that night. That 1 year.
That was at the pay-per-view.
It was the same night. Damian Priest cashed in at WrestleMania in Philly and won. But they like him.
I believe it. It makes sense that he would hate it.
I'm trying to think if there's been any like it don't feel the lineage and the history of the briefcase makes it feel like a big deal. I don't know if I feel like the briefcase has been a huge deal over in his tenure. I'm trying to see if his actual actions make it any different. Don't feel like it. I feel like he's been doing it because it's a thing. Is what the conversation's been.
The two things that make the case tough for booking is the case doesn't look good on baby faces. It just doesn't. And
it feels better when it's a bad person, yeah.
Correct. Because it's a shortcut. Right? And then when the baby face wins it, with the case. They got to bring him back and have him win it legitimately the next time that they have a match. And it's too much like booking into a corner.
Who's the last babyface to win? Otis?
Was it E? E,
Otis.
right? E won after Otis? I mean, Otis won after Big E?
Money in the Bank winner. Sorry. Let me look it up.
But also, just in general, the booking of it is you are booked in a corner. And
right.
If you plan on that guy winning, fine, right? However, if you don't plan on that guy winning, then whatever momentum you have with that run as the guy with the case, when you lose it, it's all undone, and you wasted everything you did.
That's the you almost got to get it right. This is the thing. Big E had the case. Shout out to chat. Big E had the case in 2021. Damian Priest won it in 2023, but I don't know. I'd have to go back and see if he was technically a babyface at the time.
He wasn't a babyface.
I feel like he was a heel that turned into a babyface. So it may be 4 years ago that a babyface has had that briefcase. But yeah, it seems like a lot of Drew, Seth, Austin Theory, Otis was the year before Big E, but it's like Brock Lesnar, Braun, it's been a lot of bad guys.
Does he have a problem with the pay-per-view, or does he have a problem with the actual Money in the Bank briefcase and the way that is done?
I think it's the briefcase. I think
I feel like you can't separate the two, though. Can you?
I don't think you can separate the two, but you can have a Money in the Bank briefcase match at a different pay-per-view if you want. If you did away with the PLE, you could have that match at like WrestleMania or SummerSlam.
Bring back Great Balls of Fire.
Phew.
It may be I'm assuming it's the concept of the briefcase, the fact that because it's everything we're talking about. It's like it's probably more difficult to book a baby face with that briefcase and actually have it feel as intense and edgy a seat as it can be if a baby face is in peril and then Seth Rollins is running down with the briefcase or whatever to cash in. It may be that part of it, but it's tough. It's tough to think. Regardless, he got The Rock right now. Maybe a couple years before we see if he does away with that shit, which may be fine. I don't know. I will say. I mean, I don't want to tread too far back into the BRP50, but any conversation about Naomi being number one, a lot of it has to factor into. A lot of it is factored with the potential what she could do with that briefcase. She could win that women's championship and be riding with that belt throughout the end of the year into Royal Rumble if they really wanted to, but
it all depends. That's the tough thing about calling something like that a year beforehand, because there's all it takes is 1 second and be like, oh look, she's here now. You know what I'm saying? Such contract ran out. I like him now. Like,
right, exactly. No,
we got Britt Baker ain't got no contract.
Jonathan Coachman trying to say she's a WWE-bound now.
Is he the
Baker?
Britt Baker?
Is he the new
why?
I don't want to hear it, dude. Now,
Jonathan, he's very much. It's hard to tell who he talks to when he's giving some of these news bits or breaking news or whatever, but. It very much feels like what's the most outlandish or craziest thing I can think of, and then say somebody told me this is happening. Somebody told me this is happening. But yeah, when I saw the headline and I clicked it and saw that it was from Coachman Pod, I'm like, it's just a certain energy that I just don't understand. Damn. Peace to Vaughn. Shouts out to one of my shout out to the DJ in Philly who hit me up saying, so what's the situation with Sean Swerve? I said let me go to voice notes. This may be
ain't no situation.
Ain't no realistically.
You know what I mean?
He said he don't want to be around, so he don't want his face around. So hey, you honor the request. Gosh, what else was going? Jey Uso. But before we get out this tournament, do we think Jey Uso got a chance to be King of the Ring?
Yes. Yes.
If they're smart, they book him over because he's fighting Cody, right? If they're smart, they book him over Cody, and then you turn Cody.
If he's smart, he gets Cody drunk before the match.
No, Cody's not turning. Cody's not turning no time.
Cody ain't turning. I don't think Cody's.
And I would love to see Blackhead Cody, but Cody ain't turning no time soon.
He's as long as John Cena is John Cena right now. I think Cody has to be the antithesis.
It ain't but there's 2.5 baby faces right now. They can't afford to lose.
That's the other thing. They
have because you have failed miserably. Because you have failed miserably with your John Cena turn.
For Rikishi has spoken.
I am of the belief that you go and do it again, and you do it better this time. So I'm going to say, I don't know.
You like? Are you saying Jey Uso give Jey Uso another run?
Nah, I'm saying you because you fucked up with this John Cena shit. You turn Cody right behind him.
No, I'm with you. I
think you turn the Cena back.
Once Cena's gone,
I think get him out of here.
Turn Cody. I think
we halfway through. We halfway through, babe.
But we full way fucked. We halfway through.
I don't speak French. I don't know nothing about that we. Don't put me in that we. I don't know what you're doing.
It's not the name of the episode. Nah, I think they have to let the Cena shit ride. He's already talking about being the champ. He's gonna be the last real champion. All this shit. Like if you're gonna change Cody,
I got less than 10 days left. I mean 10 dates.
Yeah, so, well, yeah. But them dates gonna be running through. How long ago was they was talking about John Cena having that one MSG show? Is it gonna be a Saturday Night's Main? Like they're talking about him having one of them final dates at the end of the year. You can stretch them out. Pause. It's just a matter of how you do the story.
You remember when Bob Backlund used to show up on television all pasty and shit?
Always.
You remember that?
Show up with
He said I wasn't around for that. I know what you're talking about. In the 90s.
There you go. That's what we got right now. And then they just started phasing Son out. Get Son out of here.
John Backlund?
Get him out of here. Get John Backlund out of here.
That may be a name of it. So what's the time John Backlund's out when? He ain't out before August.
Nigga been out. He got the belt knee out. Get him out of here. Son. It's whack.
I would need to see I would need to see what the shirt sales are before I would say he's out. Because I mean he got a new shirt every city. He only got so many cities left.
I need one of them Cena towels for the summer, yo.
I
might need a couple of them.
They got them at Walmart. You can get them at Amco.
They ain't got them at the Yummy. They ain't got them at the Swap.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
Somebody got the Yummies at the Tapsco.
No, Main Man got them Charlie Rudo shirts. Probably got that. Nah, it's a dude he showed. Shout out to Main Man.
I should have got one of them. I should have got. We was on the way out. He was like, "Nah, you want 2, 3, 4, 5 shirts? Let's go.
That's T-shirt Brian, yo. T-shirt Brian, we getting it.
Charlie Rudo shirts was hard though. I didn't know if they had my size.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go back and get some towels.
This all the Rock's fault. Damn.
Niggas listening to Rock.
Mimi said, "Y'all."
I told y'all niggas. It wasn't about nothing.
It's not the Rock fault.
Nothing.
It's both
not the Rock fault. Whoever let Cody get the match, that's their fault.
What match?
Because if The Rock would have got the match with Roman Reigns, The Rock would have been done.
You saying that 40?
Yeah.
We would have been.
So whose fault was
The Rock was
Cody's
never
fault.
wrestling. The Rock was never wrestling that nigga. He was never ever wrestling. Like it was like, let's make a documentary and tell them niggas. Listen, them niggas don't care. Them niggas do not care.
So what I'm gonna say
they're not gonna give they WrestleMania main event to just people. Like, no, come on. Nigga, that nigga was never. Have you seen him wrestle yet?
Yeah.
Shit. When's the last time The Rock wrestled?
In the tag
Last
match.
he stayed outside in that goddamn ballerina outfit and
Was he at the ring?
He was there.
He fought.
He was just like at that old school Raw when we was watching Rikishi sit on the end of the bar. The same thing.
Same nigga.
Came out here to
Damn.
Travis. Come on now,
Now Travis.
Man, this nigga was never ever wrestling.
Do you think is Travis going to wrestle the Clipse before he wrestles in the WWE ring?
No, he's not wrestling the Clipse.
I mean, this is total. How does Travis respond to
He doesn't
doing a verse and then being like, "Hey, you a whore"?
Don't.
He called him a whore.
That is not Travis's forte.
Off wax.
Don't
That
make
is
the
not his
mistake.
forte.
But
Like,
he said he got to respond.
What JC, what Jay-Z say? If you kill me, you famous. If I shoot you, I'm brainless. What's the nigga to do? He shuts up and wins. He's fine if he shuts up.
I only asked.
No, he's not.
Travis Scott.
No,
Travis Scott does not need to respond to Pusha T.
That's correct.
What are you saying, man?
No. I'm saying, does he need to respond? Hell no.
Mm-hmm.
Is he fine? No. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing.
What do you mean he's fine? No.
He called him a whore.
Right. So that's it. Like
he's not fine.
You don't answer to that.
No,
you're
you don't
he's
answer
fine.
to it. No,
and
no,
he'll
no,
be
no,
fine.
no. He will not be fine. He won't.
I guarantee you he'll be fine
Like,
because they don't have the same fan base. They don't have the same fan base, man.
So when I say he won't be fine, there's a small sector of individuals who, like, you know what? I'll take that back. I'll take that back because I don't think there's I'll erase it. I'll erase it. Y'all right. I ride with y'all.
I didn't even say where I was going.
I don't know if I've ever seen that, like something just worked itself out just now.
No, I'm right with you.
Especially with him.
That's it. You know what? It is you. It is you.
I won't say I'm wrong. I will admit when I'm wrong.
This is the first time I've ever heard you admit.
You a lie.
All I'm saying is, I was surprised to see Bun B on there talking about he got to respond somehow.
No, Bun B can go ahead and go put them burgers on the grill and be quiet.
I'm trying to figure out what would Travis do?
Right.
Like, he couldn't write nothing.
Bun B is
they have two separate types of music, two separate types of fan base. People are listening to it because it landed on that podcast, but it is not going to hold any fucking legs.
Say something, Travis. Say something, Travis. I want you to say something, Travis.
The reason what I was saying is Travis Scott is aging out of that demo.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know where he goes after.
He don't have to go nowhere. He got sneaker money, merch money.
That's why I'm saying he wasn't good, because you can't come back here. But I noticed that he's not from here anyway.
I'm about to say he was never there. Like Mimi was saying, it's their cars.
Mm-hmm.
They're on the same road, but they drive at totally different speeds, on totally different destinations. Yeah, exactly.
So we are way off the rails, right?
I'm sorry.
I live here. No, I know.
I live here.
Follow me. I'd like to take the train just a little bit further off
Let's go.
F them tracks.
Fuck them tracks.
Yeah, F them tracks. Because I don't know if I've ever had this conversation, and it made me, when you mentioned Bun, I thought about it just right now. Is who is on the Texas Rushmore?
Mm-hmm.
Scarface.
That's it.
Bun.
Shit.
Bun. Because Bun is technically not from Texas, but he's from Texas. He's a Texas, right?
I mean, he rep Port Arthur, right?
He's from somewhere else?
Port Arthur.
I know they rep Port Arthur heavy. I don't know. Let me confirm. Is he from Port Arthur? Let's go.
Cousin
I didn't
Jermaine.
even know Port Arthur was a city in Texas.
All right.
Yeah. It's
On
right outside.
Wikipedia, nigga Google said he was born in Houston, but his origin is Port Arthur. So I imagine maybe he grew up in Port Arthur.
All right, fair enough. So yeah, who's on that Rushmore?
Fuck.
I don't have the credentials.
Is Paul Wall from Texas?
Paul Wall, baby.
Paul Wall,
Yeah,
baby.
Yeah.
Paul Whiskey.
Is-
I'm told like a frisbee.
Paul Wall, he be having them lines, yo. It'd be so simple.
I don't know any
I'm not.
Texas rappers.
He said
I'm
he's similar to an ant because he low to the earth.
Because I'm
Lil
low to the
Kiki
earth.
and Screw.
It'd be hard, but like, wait, what you
I'm low to the earth.
Everybody putting Screw, but
DJ
was Screw rapping?
what? Screw would
Nah.
do them freestyles.
But you said the Mount Rushmore.
Screw probably deserve that. If you slowing everything, you chopping and screwing anything. That's his lane, and that's piece of the chop stars. I'm gonna get a chop stars tape made one day. I promise.
Screw gets credit for lean, right?
Yes,
Lean
Screw pass
is-
from
Oh,
lean.
yes.
Yeah,
Mike
Yeah.
Jones, that's right.
Mike Jones.
How DLC is from Dallas, but
Mike Jones. Me and Fam just had a Mike Jones. Mike Jones. Yeah, we gotta figure that out. We gotta
One and only. You can't clone. A lot of friends.
Scarface.
A lot of clones. Some real, some phony.
Back then, didn't know me. Now I'm hot.
Hold on.
That
God,
shit was hard.
no.
That shit was hard though. That one
Shout out to
still
Swisher
tipping
House.
was hard. That Mimi still tipping was so hard that MTV Jams would chop and screw the videos.
Yo, still
Because it was a song, but I turned on one day at 6:00. It's a dun, dun. I'm like, wait, what the fuck going on? Why? How you chop and screw the video? No, I'm sorry. That was a WD tour. Is there anything else? Thoughts?
that's funny.
Wait, what?
This is funny as shit.
Used to give out the Mike Jones like it was mine.
Zero. If you know, Sierra got that soft voice too. 004.
She giving it like the damn operator. The Mike Jones number may be the name of the episode.
All right, somebody call the Mike Jones number.
What's the?
No, it's still his number.
Oh shit.
Chameleonaire. Rock from down there. Rock from down there.
Millionaire.
Chameleonaire's on.
Hey.
He's on the Rushmore. I know Chameleonaire's story.
They say they rolling.
That nigga doing very well off of investments.
Look at me riding dirty.
If we call the Mike Jones, if you call the Mike Jones number, you have to ask if he likes wrestling, or will he get mad?
Go ahead, check it out.
That nigga be mad as a mug.
I don't. That's the thing. It's 10:00 on a Thursday. It's 10:00 on
No, it's only
Juneteenth.
9.
Hey,
It's only 9.
hey, nigga, you used to watch Too Cold Scorpio.
Can we get this bitch back on the track?
What happens when you call the Mike Jones number?
If you're referring to the famous phone number 28133080004 that rapper Mike Jones popularized in his songs like Still Tippin' and back then in the mid-2000s, here's what generally happens. Disconnection or a recording. For a period, the number was active.
It's off.
Damn.
Shout out to Keisha.
Yeah, no, Keisha AI is dope. I gotta figure that out because all the AI, it's just British ladies. Shout out, Lil.
No, I turned mine into a British lady.
I did.
A British guy. Nice. It's fluid, gender fluid.
Thoughts on? We got to switch to NXT before we get out of here. Don't ask me. We are exiting. We taking another route.
Oh shit.
Thoughts on Blake Monroe? She signed a contract. She got put through a table. I saw a lot of people not really feeling the
I'm not feeling it.
The set. I don't know. Is it her? Is it delivery? Is it the gimmick? Like, what is it about?
Mm-hmm.
I saw some people saying it felt a little like Toni Storm.
That's why she's hot.
No,
I saw some people saying that it didn't fit. It felt kind of corny.
It felt corny. It didn't hit like it did in the promo. Like I felt like it gave like that Bewitched type.
The video that they made last week, yeah.
And then it didn't translate. And I feel like because of what she was over there, and I saw that gimmick, I think that it would do her an injustice to have her continue on with this glamorous thing.
Sean Tragedy, I'm not gonna hold you. I know who Sabrina Carpenter is. I know a lot of America knows who Sabrina Carpenter is. I would not necessarily say that the Black Rasslin Podcast or the Black Rasslin audience is like, yo, oh shit, she doing Sabrina Carpenter? That's like we right here. Like it for a lot of hell, Liv Morgan went viral for recreating the Sabrina Carpenter cover art the other day with Dom, but that's not there. That's how you know there's certain lanes with this shit and everything ain't for everybody. They said it feels forced like an off-brand Tony Storm.
I don't think it has anything to do with, in my opinion, it has nothing to do with Tony Storm. It feels very, because she's a good wrestler, it's giving baby, like it's giving caricature.
Well, that's that, and I think, and Mav, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the problem. I think Mariah May naturally is more of a heel.
Yeah,
but just like Ricky, she's in the Ricky Saints position from not too long ago. Shout out Kofi. Old niggas unite. I think the thing is because she's here, and A, because she's new, and B, because there's been some kind of people want to see her in here in this position. She wants to do it like she's going to naturally be that baby face, but it's natural isn't her when it comes to being once she's able to get a title and then be a piece of shit, just like a real heel, you know, kicking people and pushing grandma down the steps and laugh. I'd love to see, like, she's going when she gets to do that shit, that's going to be it's going to feel different than her being with. There's so many people I want to do this, but it's like fake. I want to flirt and fuck everybody. Like, I don't know. It felt kind of it was there was something missing.
So the issue is, go ahead, guys.
No, I was gonna say she's actually hard. Like you're trying to soften up, you're trying to give it a soft image, and then I guess have her flip it in the ring. That's not what we here for. We here for the last time we saw her, she was bloody. She had the whole, you know what I mean?
They want to see her licking blood off something. Yeah.
Right.
You know how an artist,
she was hard, my nigga.
You know how artists get a hit with like a certain producer, and it ain't necessarily they style, but they get a record that hits, and then they start trying to make that record again.
Do it again, yeah.
A great deal of her cachet over the last year, of course, was her involvement with Tony Storm. And it's not she's trying to be Tony Storm, but they want that same feel that they got from that feud. And
you got to feel towards that.
It's two people on the side of that. Like, y'all thought niggas really love Mariah May for Mariah May over there?
She was good. I didn't like her because she was with Tony Storm. I liked her because they felt like competition for each other.
But that's the key. I think that's the key. It's you know, steel sharp as steel. I think it's like the Joker and Batman. Like, Joker is hot, Batman's hot, but the two of them are fucking dynamic because when you put the two of them together, you've got the yin and the yang. It's a perfect combination. I think not that Mariah May needs a Tony Storm in NXT, but I think when a lot of the best of Mariah May in AEW was because she was that thorn in Tony Storm's side, whether she was trying to dress up like her and show her she could be her, or you were seeing that long progression of her starting to turn on her. Babyface don't work for her, I think, regardless. I don't think she needs to be a babyface in any of these situations. But when someone said Tony's trying to be. I don't think she's doing a 1-to-1. I watched the promo again. I don't think she's doing a 1-to-1.
No,
but
no.
It definitely feels like some. I don't know if it's the mannerisms or the way of speech. Like there's something about the way she would speak during that era that they're kind of trying to channel, even if they're turning it into a Bewitched 50 Sabrina Carpenter type vibe.
It's definitely not though, because I felt like the video was, but the video didn't translate into the real.
100%. No, I agree.
Promo. It felt like, you know, this very like glamorous and what?
Yeah,
like
it's
no, you're bad. You're a bad bitch. Like, what are you doing?
I don't know if it's the verbiage. I don't know if it's the positioning right now. Hopefully, there's time that they can fix it. I mean, once she gets in the ring, JC Jane may not be the best one for the first match, but once she gets in the ring, you know, things may change and start to connect. But right now, it feels like a stuttery start-stop for a couple of different reasons. They already. I don't know what this. You said what?
So Sierra is saying this is her gimmick. I don't recall seeing anything Toni Storm in New Japan outside of her beating motherfuckers up.
Yeah,
I only
have to
seen
go
her.
back, yeah.
I never seen any interview, anything.
Any
I
play,
just saw her.
yeah.
I just saw her beating people up, and she was wild stiff.
I saw a couple of matches on YouTube. I remember maybe it was last summer, and I was just in a hole, and I watched 2 of her matches in
same, yeah.
And it was like, okay, like she's pretty and she knows how to fuck somebody up.
Yeah.
Sierra, if you got any particular
this
people that know
is
how to
our
fuck somebody up.
wrestling correspondent.
No, yeah, for us, Sierra, if there's any particular programs of Mariah May from over there that people could look at to get the full on her, I'd appreciate any heads up. Right now, Jada Parker, Izzy Dame, Jordan Grace, and Lash Legend have won their Evolution Eliminators. I think it's going to be a 6-women match. There's a 6-woman match, and the winner of that is going to get a number 1 contendership for that title. But meanwhile, JC Jane is beating up Blake Monroe.
You know who I want to see? Sidebar.
Who?
Total freaking sidebar. Me and I think myself and fam have been enamored by this Nikki Blackheart.
So I've just seen. I haven't seen anything other than like the memes.
There's been memes.
Not the memes, but just the pictures. She's been doing a really good job at, like, she's responding to folks and she knows who to respond to. And she's everywhere. I think she's doing.
I like her. I like her work. She got a mean power slam. I've never seen a woman.
Oh my god!
I've never seen a woman. I've not seen a woman do a power slam
it's
at
a beautiful
all.
Power slam.
Right.
It is beautiful. Okay, her, Randy Orton, and Dustin.
Mimi, shut up! Because when I saw her power slam, and then I saw a Randy Orton power slam or something, like, the power slam may be one of my favorite moves.
It's my favorite move of all time.
Mine too. Shout out to Rosie from Bethesda.
She power slammed you.
Why do you say names? Jermaine said she know black. No, yeah,
power slammed your way.
Jermaine, trust. The question was, because I mean that's always a question. Although shout out to Phantom. It depends. Some Dominican people be like, no, I'm black, but it's black with a lot else going on. Shout out Nikki Blackheart.
I'm taking credit for Blackwell as well. Just like I took credit for Jay Cargill.
Yes, you deserve that.
I'm taking credit for Blackwell because I sent that
a minute ago,
and my cousin.
Yes,
a minute ago.
Thank you, T. Smitty.
Shout out to Smitty. Blake faced the same issue as Giulia. That's a good point. That is a good point. I think we should take that into consideration because and that didn't go as well. But what you saying, man? I'm sorry.
I don't remember.
You said it. You said the Blackheart.
He was messing somebody else's name up again.
Yeah,
right
yeah,
after
Blackwell.
I
I'm
sent
sorry.
Blackheart.
Yes.
Right after I sent Blackheart to y'all, it ended up on Twitter.
Early. It was quick. Yeah, it was real quick.
When did you send Blackheart on Twitter?
That might have been it ended up on Twitter after I sent it.
When was that?
That might have been 2 weeks ago.
I was gonna say I feel like it was because I feel like I just started seeing her fairly recently.
2-3 weeks ago, and then I was like, yo, how did everybody start seeing this same thing? And then she's gone.
The algorithm.
She's gone.
At this point, it's the goddamn HBK algorithm. Like, you know, there's certain elements that can help people get over. And Nikki
getting healthy.
I'm saying, like, Nikki Blackheart looks like somebody who may be on like a season 2 or season 3 LFG. I'm gonna just say it right now.
She was in 2K as an extra.
What?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've been in a rabbit hole for a very long time. So I don't know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've been, and I just kept scrolling. Because I didn't know. I thought this was because she's doing what, CMLL? Is that CWLL?
I'm not sure.
She's doing random indie spots that I'm not familiar with.
Right.
CCW Alive TV. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
So, and you know how my brain is wired. I keep scrolling like, she looks. But that power slam is
yeah.
It just kept, and then I looked at her following. She was at this morning. She was at like 8.4, and now she's like at 15.9 people following her.
She didn't have. She
just started Twitter. Yeah, in June. She just started in June.
That power slam, yo. Yeah. No, this tweet is all you need to know.
Mm-hmm. And then she started. She talked about her journey. Like, I was on the YouTube and I saw some stuff where she talked about her journey. Like, she didn't always look like that, and how she got to where she is, you know. And then I started trying to find out if she had any ounce of blackness in her.
Oh, that was my first question. That was my first question. So was my first question.
Where can you? But I can't see it. I can't find it.
No, yeah. She posted something a minute ago with the Dominican flag, and
okay.
I gotta. The thing is, I gotta see more photos of her face. I've only seen
she's very beautiful.
I've only seen a couple of still photos. I've seen the power slam and like random clips of her matches. I've not looked at.
You ain't look at the IG. Well, I did.
I definitely did not see
that. I have. Jesus Christ!
Outstanding.
I have. That's terrible. That is goddamn terrible. I guess we can. Before we get out of NXT, AJ Francis. He did the spot where he faked like he was going to do the dive over the top rope. He laughed at all the niggas in the performance center. That shit was beautiful. I didn't like that they had the 3 white guys then beat him up right after that part immediately. But the fact that AJ Francis be able to be AJ Francis, number 10 on the BRP50. Matter of fact, Matt, did you see what AJ said? He said next year drop the 0.
Take the 0 off.
I like it.
He said take the 0 off.
Hold on,
I said that shit. That's real. That's real.
I like it though.
That shit is real.
Hold on, cuz we're gonna have to have a conversation.
Yo,
we had too many people telling us what they gonna do.
That's true.
Nigga had a whole low. I was right by that same low outfit that he had on TV. I hit that nigga. I was like, "Cuz that's Ralph Fane." And I almost got that home.
God damn it. They I don't know if this is true because I got an email today with WWE. They announced they're going to Barclays after SummerSlam. They're gonna be in Philly August 18th, but there's a rumor saying that the NXT 2300 arena show, which was everybody was saying was happening in Spite, before the AEW takeover at 2300 Arena in August and September. They're saying that show ain't even happening. I'm not saying it's not happening because they're going to be in Philly the night before it was supposed to happen. But shout out Dustin. Word on road is that show may not even be happening, which means you can't trust nobody for shit. We mentioned earlier
wrestling. Everybody's a liar.
Everything's a work. Everybody's a liar. I don't know if I'm assuming this isn't a lie. They said we were talking about AEW Mexico. They said that MJF got attacked by a fan down there, which really just means that his heel work has been fucking excellent. He's been trying to rip everybody mask off.
He's still doing the bad guy in American flag gear stuff, which is that's a thing now.
The way that the world is working right now, the biggest heel is the person dripped out in the American flag. So no, I mean if you can be the pro wrestler, it's the flip of the Nikolai Volkov, Iron Sheik. You know what I mean? It is. I'm not. Sean Tragedy said it happened, so I'm taking his word for it. Shout out to the Foods Gone Wild. It's not for me. Like I'm not saying I don't care, but like it's not for me. But you know, it's a sign of pro wrestling work happening. I saw something. They said that Private Parties AEW contract might be up soon, and there may be some interest from WWE. I hate seeing people be like, "Yo, that's just Street Profits 2.0."
No, they're not as big as the Street Profits.
And Tez and Dawkins don't be moaning like that.
How do you know? How do you
want me to? How
do
I
know?
Bet.
You talking about in ring?
How do I know? How do I know? Got you. Do I still have this fucking clip?
They too small. Yo, them niggas, they not.
Nah, say it. What happened?
WWE can't sign everybody to lead AEW.
Facts.
No, I'm sorry. WWE shouldn't sign everybody who's had a modicum of success over at goddamn.
Listen,
I would tell you,
I agree with him.
That should not be on the button.
That's what I said when I heard Party City was shut down.
Wait.
I'm sorry.
Because you muted.
T may have sent y'all my tape.
Oh, she rubbing the pants.
What was that? What were they doing?
That was during the pandemic.
And what were they doing?
There was some
they weren't doing anything.
Wait, is what they were doing.
I don't know if I have the whole clip.
That was before he jumped off the roof.
I was gonna say, Mimi. So he was standing on top of somebody's barn and did like a front flip onto like 6 dudes, but it was like the Hardys was out there. I think Big Bill, what's his name? Big Cass was out there. It was a really random like faction fight during the pandemic, and they was all fighting at the bottom of the barn. And you just heard somebody going,
For what though?
That was what he would do. One of the first clips we had of them when we was potting back when they first came, he would be in the ring screaming, like he would just be doing random shit when people would hit him. But it just evolved into.
If you play that one more time, I'm
gonna take it out of the system. I promise. I'm taking it out of the system. But no, because you asked. He asked.
We did not ask you to play.
Math challenged what I said.
That's his battle cry. It's crazy.
He did it right before he did the front flip. Sean Tragedy was on the Hardys compound. No, that's some shit that happened on AEW.
Yeah, that in the goddamn what's the name verse?
Wait, what Kofi say? I'm getting a big ass speaker playing outside my granddad.
One more.
Can y'all explain Dawkins over 4?
So here's one thing. I don't know. I missed a great deal of the beginning.
It's a total BRP50 conversation flip back, but yeah.
When we turn in our lists are different.
Yes.
So everybody may not be able to personally speak to one spot over the other, but we did, for the most part, tie tag teams together.
Yes.
And I mean, it was somebody had to be first. I mean, for me, it would have been Dawkins because Dawkins had more momentum as a worker from where he started the year to where he ended the year. So for me, that's my explanation. I can't necessarily call it for anybody else.
I agree, and I've seen that conversation on the timeline specifically about Dawkins working ring over the last year.
I'm going to give you the BRP50 answer.
Here you go.
Dawkins and year to year, Dawkins and Ford have X amount of singles matches. The majority of the time, Montez Ford has more singles matches and he has more moments on television.
Right.
This year, that did not happen. Last year was minimal, if I'm not mistaken.
No, you're right.
This year, it didn't happen at all. So we have seen the progression of Dawkins in the ring for the last X amount of years. He has progressed. He has gotten a lot better. He is one of the hot tag guys. You know what I'm saying? And he's grown outside of the hot tag.
Right.
When we look at Montez Ford, we got less of those moments. So out of the tag team, I'm going to say Dawkins has had he's moved the most out of the two. If that explains it, there you go. So I'm not, and what I'm not going to do, Vaughn, no disrespect to you, Vaughn. I'm not going to say it's like putting Anvil over Bret Hart.
Right,
because
right.
When you look at Anvil and Bret Hart was significantly, like he was already here. You dig what I'm saying? But
right.
There you go, G.
Excellent. I'm glad somebody asked because I like I said, I saw that on the timeline. You feel the same way, Mimi? How you feel about the Profits?
You better not.
I love the Profits.
Shout out Juneteenth. What else is going on? We'll see. The one thing I kept seeing people saying was that they was Private Party was Mixie Boys #2. I don't know if I agree with that, but
where's that?
Don't worry about it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have brought up the nostalgia. We were talking about Mercedes earlier. They was in AEW. AEW was in Mexico. They said that because TMZ reported, among other spots, that Mercedes and the Beast Mortos are dating.
They said that wrong. I thought she got locked up for Beast. You know what? Never mind.
Hey yo. They said that Tony. This is the first it was the first time Beast Mortos had wrestled in Arena Mexico in like 12 years. But they said like Tony Khan had to specifically ask if he could wrestle there. I don't know if Sean Tragedy, there's a situation with Beast Mortos. He got beef out in the streets or what's going on? Is this connection with Mercedes real and helping him go outside? Anyway, I don't know.
Mortos was in that goddamn main event at the end of the night last night.
They said
before CMLL Mexico guy. Is he our correspondent?
Yes. I'm gonna say right now he is our Mexican. He is our not me and him. We were shout out to the Fools Going Wild. Me and him have them conversations, yo. We be talking about the Mexican side of the Yamin. So math is also a hot tag, guys. Crazy. Shout out to Godfather. Apparently he got into a car accident the other day and walked out with no injuries whatsoever.
Godfather. Him and everybody that was in the vehicle made it out. So salute.
Shit, shouts out to him. I saw him online talking about. I said, "God damn, that's it." I saw the day after how serious situations could have been, so it was good to hear that he was that he's moving good. A lot of people didn't see. I don't know if y'all saw. I think we talked about it offline. Hikuleo technically made his WWE debut on the main event that was recorded before SmackDown last week.
Hey man, something else alumni. Shout out to the homie Lovely. She was beside herself.
I think that's who I saw posted first.
She was sick because he made his debut on main event, which means we have no idea what to do with him.
I got to see if I could find that. I may try and watch that for the Patreon.
That's the thing. I thought Lovely was upset because he is now introduced to a whole new audience. But because he's on main event, he is still your best kept secret, Lovely. Don't even worry.
Yes, yeah.
Don't nobody
he got a little bit of time. I don't know where you watch main event. I don't know.
Hey, just run that episode or something else back though. Make
Facts.
sure you go ahead and run that episode back and watch her blush for 35 minutes as he reads back the nasty things that she tweets to him.
Yeah. So that's classic television right there. Shouts out to Lovely. Shouts out to something else. What else was going on? Godfather survived. Carlito's apparently officially a free agent now. I don't know what that means for R-Truth. I'm sorry, Ron Killings.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Do we know how long his contract for like the end of the year? We don't care.
No, I said run that clip for Carlito. We don't.
He's a champion. He's a champion somewhere. He watch him come back.
Nah, I can't say that on the pod. I'll tell y'all after. Get out of here.
Thank you. No, I appreciate you.
Hey, wait, the main event is where?
All right, nigga.
I ain't got my glasses on.
God dang.
Main event is where?
Wow.
That main event gets you booted out the chat.
Well, yeah, I'm about to say I don't know if I could watch that. Apparently Omos re-signed. He did an interview talking about being excited for the future in the WWE and
is that what they're gonna do with Hikuleo?
This is one time I'm upset that they brought Omos.
Shout out, Sean.
And I know Cuz is because that's his man. He was about to fold my cousin up at the bar, but that's cool.
He was not. He was not. We were having an aggressively peaceful conversation
about smell good.
I like your cologne. I like your cologne.
What brand is that? Nigga, who you talking to?
Is that a Ventus? Yes, it is.
He could not hear what Cuz was saying way down there. Like
that's funny.
He ain't know what Cuz was saying.
Tall motherfucker. Just the sound just don't reach his ears at a certain point. It's crazy. That's crazy.
As a tall nigga, I just had learned to be a lip reader. I just figure out what people saying.
It's too dark, nigga. I don't know.
Shout out to Mexican wrestling journalist Sean Tragedy. He is correct. Omos should still be in Japan.
Yes. Yeah, he should never have left. Yeah.
Brought that nigga home Rumble weekend for him not to be in the game.
No, I remember seeing like, oh, that's cool, but he was a champion.
And he had a title.
Yeah. Well, he had a title, but he also had like he was
a guy.
He was the giant amongst regular people. Like they was filming him like it was Andre the Giant walking around that shit. Like it felt like that could have transferred into something, but they just had.
Wait a minute, don't get you no momentum over there. Wait a minute, I ain't gonna stand for this.
I think before we get out of here, before we finish are we celebrating Juneteenth throughout the rest of the weekend?
Did you guys do anything specifically today that didn't involve the list?
I had chicken.
I had chicken. I drank some. Well, because you're supposed to. It's red food or drink.
Discount.
Red wine.
Yes. I had some leftover Arizona watermelon juice. That shit good.
What?
That watermelon cocktail, whatever they call that shit hit. I ain't gonna hold you.
Wait. I didn't know
this nigga had watermelon drink, yo.
You had watermelon drink, yo.
I buy all type of Arizona drinks.
Watermelon drink?
Watermelon drink is crazy.
It's good.
Yo, I did not know you was this level of nigga.
I did. I was absolutely.
That shit is good. I don't care what nobody. Go get the watermelon drink next time.
You do remember the first tagline for this show?
Well, yeah.
The Minute Maid watermelon juice
the
is
fire out of me.
delicious.
Mimi in the ether. When I tell you, I've been looking for the Minute Maid Jey Uso. I can't find the Jey Uso. I can't find none of the Minute Maid juices out there.
They are all
Watermelon.
Thank you, J-Bo. Thank you. J-Bo said the watermelon Arizona is fires.
Yes, it is.
Thank
Yes,
you.
it is.
Thank
And
you.
the Simply
Chicken
Juice.
right
And
now.
the Simply Juice.
Yes, she is.
Eating chicken right now.
Yep, that's right. Right.
We gotta get out of here.
Yo,
And then I'm gonna take my nigga ass to sleep right after.
Oh, not the itis.
We gotta get out of here.
Close out my Juneteenth.
Nigga, I left here. Listen, the reason why I was late.
Talk about it. Talk
I-
about
well,
it.
I did have an interview earlier today.
Shout out.
But also, my sister and her husband was like, "Yo, we're gonna go ahead and cook for Juneteenth tonight."
Shout out.
You know what I mean?
Chicken.
Can you fried chicken, fried fish, collard greens? They said, can I make my cornbread?
Okay.
And then I asked my little nephew aggressively, was he gonna eat his cornbread? You gonna eat your cornbread?
You
He said, I'm gonna eat my cornbread. Nigga, I'm from New York City. So, but yeah, we listen. Shout out to brother Chris, man. He burnt it up. You know what I'm saying? The food was great.
I was talking because I mean cut you off, but it's like for Juneteenth, like niggas don't know how to celebrate. I mean, we've been doing a list since before the government said this is a real holiday. But like when it comes to all right, what do you eat? What do you prepare? Like niggas just. And I'm not saying it's not wrong to just a nigga, but like, you know, people, it's good that y'all had community and cooked out and ate good food, because I think that's what people need to start doing. I saw a lot of people on the stories like, hey, niggas ain't had no hot dogs, it wasn't no like what the holiday don't feel like it's holidaying right now. So figure out y'all. Jabba Slam is Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Jabba Slam is Saturday. Fight Club is Sunday.
Oh yes, Fight Club. Fight Club will be Sunday. Should be a time. It should be a time. Yo, shout out Jordan Holt is gonna be in the building.
He still got the Mortal Kombat gear. I mean the Mortal Kombat merch.
I don't know. He got
Crown Royal.
the Crown Royal now. He's upgraded.
Okay,
He's upgraded. It's beautiful.
I like it. I need to see. I don't think I've seen it.
Shout out to him and Lil Ugly.
Ugly Gang.
Shout out Ugly Gang.
Lil Ugly is from Harmon's.
We'll keep y'all locked on festivities from the weekend. I think we gotta get out of here. Black Rasslin Week time. It's me.
Mm-hmm.
You got Black Rasslin of the Week?
The nigga who cooked this food.
My Black Rasslin of the Week.
She got up.
Naomi.
Shout out.
She is putting that briefcase on the map, and I absolutely fucking love it. I just have questions. I need to know who she's tying up.
Hey yo.
Why she got a lens in there? Why is there a figure of
It's
Jimmy's
a Jey Uso
figure
action figure, yeah.
Jimmy has moved from standing up to laying down.
Yes, yeah.
And she got a fan.
The whole contract is balled up. Yeah,
she's putting her boots on the ground.
Is she putting her boots on the ground?
Where them fans at?
Right.
Where them fans
at?
I've been telling y'all niggas about them loud fans for a minute.
I need us to make
no.
Yes,
No.
I need it.
What?
I'm making myself then.
A fan?
I'm gonna copyright infringe, and I'm gonna make a bunch of big fans. And I'm gonna go
God dang wrestling boots on the ground. Yeah.
Wait, fam, total sidebar, but fam, you got one of them BRP50 hats? I knew he had one. I knew he got. I knew he had.
Oh no, you said a 50? No,
Mimi got the. So Mimi's got the 1-on-1 BRP50.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, you said 50. No, I got the BRP.
That shit. That's crazy. I'm gonna steal that shit. No, I'm just kidding.
I got one. I'm about to flip I'm flipping the upside down. The logo is gonna be.
Brother Fam, you got Black Rasslin of the Week. I like that idea.
My Black Wrestler of the Week this week. Shout out to Hobbs. Going with Hobbs in the main event on AEW this week. Shout out to y'all.
That did happen. No, that did happen. Shout out to Hobbs. Shout out Hobbs. Brother Matthew.
I got a few.
Okay, Jermaine.
I got a whole bunch of them motherfuckers. Shout out to cousin Jermaine. Shout out to Megs. Shout out to Brooklyn Ray, AOBaker, Mimi, and Blaine Boogie. Cal, you too, motherfucker. Shit, Cuz too, the whole squad.
Whole squad, DDM, yeah, everybody for real.
That.
100%. 100%. Everybody put their foot in it for real. Nah, for real. That was. I may have to echo that. I think it's been. I said in the chat, and I think I said it earlier. Mimi was talking about how the site looked. It's been like with everything else going on this week. It's been like the main thing I've been working on. But it's like you got dope. When you've got dope words and dope video to put up there, like, and you're on a platform that allows you to do a little bit more. It allows you to start trying to flex a little bit. The website it's funny. Like we're 7 years into the 50. The website is kind of like getting a refresh right now. Hopefully, I can figure out how to do more. If anybody on the Patreon, let me know. I'm trying to make it so if you are a Patreon subscriber, you can see the Patreon stuff on the site. I don't know where Joe Dixon is. I may have to figure it out with one of y'all at some point. But that's it for this week. Peace to Dap. Where can the people find you on them social medias?
I am Mimi Shells on the Twitter machine. I am barely on the fucking Instagram. So Linktree is in the Twitter, and 6:35 on a Tuesday. We are on the Spaces.
You selling feet pictures, Mimi?
Hey, you.
What you going on?
I'm looking for fans. I'm looking for fans.
You showing pictures of them tootsies over there?
I'm looking for fans.
I'm looking for fans. It's funny.
I say, are you taking feet pictures? She said, I'm looking for fans.
I'm looking for
only fans.
I'm like, where them fans? Oh, here they are.
Where them only fans at? Where the only fans at?
I found him.
Yo, now this week's Turnbuckle Talk was good. I put it up on the YouTube. It was good. They nobody wants to see. We didn't even talk about him. Nobody wants to see Goldberg doing anything. It's a spoiler alert. Nobody.
I want to see. I want to see Gunther beating the tar off of. I'm going to enjoy Gunther beating the brakes. He's going to have boots on the ground and on Goldberg, my nigga. It is going to be exciting. I can't wait.
We'll talk more about that next week as well. Mimi, anything else?
No. Oh, shout out to all the content creators. I absolutely loved everything that they did. I felt like it added a next level, a pre-next level, which I absolutely love. So shout out to Steph, Ayo, help me out, Cal.
Meg, we got
she started again. She started the car.
No, I'm sorry, Giulia. It was Heartbreak. Chad.
Lip Ladders.
Gabby
Lip Gloss and Ladders. Yep.
Brian H. Waters.
Brian H. Waters.
Brian H.
Krista B.
No.
Krista B was hollering.
Krista B did holler. Shout out to Krista.
Stack Eye Greg.
Stack Eye Greg and Slick.
You know the one person we haven't shouted out?
Nasty
Shout out Slick. We haven't shouted out Bonner.
Oh, see, y'all gonna get me beat up. I see this the thing. Y'all niggas gonna get me beat up. Y'all niggas be on here, and then I go outside.
I was.
And then I'm gonna run in the barn.
Don't put that on me.
I'm gonna run in the barn. He can go, hey fam, I heard you niggas.
Wait.
Let me. Fam was. I was like, hold on, no smoke. You like, fam, I will beat you up, fam.
I want to know, Bonner. I wanted to mention Bonner in the cold open, and then a lot happened. Bonner. We spoke to Bonner at the Fourth Rope in Vegas. a whole BRP was there, and it was a quick conversation. Like, boom, we got the 50 coming up soon. We want you to be involved. We don't know what it's going to be yet. We still trying to figure it out, but we want you to be involved. And Joe Dixon, you said Bonner did a great intro video. Y'all haven't even seen all the content that he did for the. Again, the 50 don't stop with Juneteenth. But what I'm saying is, we were like, boom, we gonna connect and do something. We had a quick conversation. Bonner was like, I got it. We got the content. Was like, nah. It felt like it was something different when we got that first video from him. So it made sense to have him kick everything off, let the people know what the criteria is, and be kind of like that guiding light for what became a dope rollout. No, so shout out to him for real. Like I said, next week you're really going to be able to see the work Bonner put into the 50. I cut into everybody's time right now, but I forgot to mention him earlier, so I wanted to shout him out now. Brother Fam,
yo, shout out to Bonner's one of the legit nicest guys, like in the space. Like, he's a guy, like, you look him in the face and you talk to him, you're actually talking to the guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of folks have a gimmick that they're working. He does not feel like one of those guys. Shout out to everybody that rocked out. And shout out to the good folks over at Fight this week. They are gonna have me do their backstage interviews. Should be fun. It's a new job. It's a new job. I don't bring the liquor.
Did you get a new fit? You got a new polo?
I'm going out there tomorrow.
I don't want to get nobody in trouble. Let me get nobody in trouble. I understand.
That's dope. That's dope. Let me just go back just real quick on the Slick situation. He mentioned the 50 way before we even was starting to drop it.
Right.
And the fact that he remembers the season, he remembered, like, he was just super excited about it, and he did his video. The way he did his video was Slick is another one of those people that are like, he'll drop something and he'll go off on a tangent, but his natural instinct to just support us and what we do in every iteration is like, he was part of the original Buckles that was on when we were on at like 3:00 in the morning.
From every week too.
Every week from 3:00 in the morning when we
Buckle
was doing
after dark.
It was like Buckle After Dark. Yo, we had spaces on fire until like that one morning. It was like up to 3:00 in the morning. I was like, yo, I can't do this. Like, we have to shut the shit down.
Right.
And he's graduated over here, and I just really wanted him to know that I appreciate him.
Shout out Slick. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Matthew?
No, super shout out to Slick. He was on my mind. I asked you about him maybe a week and a half ago for that reason. So when we got the video, I had to we didn't get it the way that I needed to get it, but we still put it up. Shout out to him. Also shout out to Sierra Reed, who gave us a mini movie that we damn, it's 6 hats.
I just caught Antoine say it was 7 hats. I just grabbed one.
So, but shout out to her for doing something superb that we'll have out to the people to you know what I mean, dive into. For sure. Shout out to Gerard Bonner. Shit, it's a lot of y'all motherfuckers I gotta shout out. Shout out to that's it. That's it. I done shouted a bunch of niggas out. I love everybody. Everybody lent their hand for this shit. Shout out to Jedi Jack.
Shout out to Jedi Jack for real. Them images always come. That R-Truth, Ron Killings one may be my favorite one from this year. I ain't gonna lie. The Stephen Wolf one was dope too, but I like the R-Truth one.
Jedi Jack. Shout out to Ock with the Obafemi at the deadline. Shout out
the
to
classic,
Ock. That's it, man. It's over. You ain't gonna see me for the next couple of weeks. I'm done.
Yeah, he said it's over, but game don't stop. Trust me, game. We still.
That's right.
At Cal on Twitter.
This is Christmas. It's time for New Year's.
100%. No, yeah, the game don't stop. It only get more. It only get more fierce. Yeah, this is Christmas right now. It's Christmas Day right now.
It's Christmas time.
We got a whole week. And then it's New Year's, and then Booyaka. It's your boy Cal at Cal on Twitter, at Black Rasslin on all the social medias. BlackRasslin.com is a work in progress, but I kind of like where it's at right now. Patreon.com/Black Rasslin. I missed a day, but I got y'all. Don't worry. We still watching some fucking nonsense. Well, actually, we watched a banger. Cedric Alexander and Mike Santana from House of Glory back last month. Banger. We watched. That's on the Patreon right now. Pay the 1, pay the 10.
Y'all might have to talk to some Ashe niggas this week, man. It's Ashe next week, man. That's gonna be fun. I can't wait, man.
June 28th show,
I'm really, really ready to get out of Maryland. And I can't wait. To North Carolina's gonna be fun.
It's funny. It's funny looking at it because Khan's going to be. It's a couple of faces from this 50 season. That's Darius Carter shout out. It's going to be interesting. I always
find myself outside at 50 seasons and niggas say, "Yeah, I seen that." Listen,
hey. What my number?
It's cool. It don't matter. I just blame Cuz and tell him his real name.
Facts.
You want his number? I get to you.
Here's his name, his number, and address if you want.
Cal, my bad, but hold on. The nigga came up to me and was like, "Yo, are you?" I was like, "Yeah." He said, "Nigga, I thought you was like Jamal or some shit." You know what I mean? I said, "No, nigga, what you think? I'm soft, nigga? What the fuck?"
Jamal, he didn't know you was a real. He saw how tall you was. Oh shit! I can't square it with this nigga. That's what he said. That's what it was. He said he was ready to fight. He said, "Nah, I can't." Shit. The wingspan is crazy.
It was crazy.
We out of here. Peace.
Hey, here's the secret. If Cuz get angry, step on his shoes.
Nah, you better not.
He will fold.
Hey, Bonnie still owe me some Air Max.
You're wild. Jesus Christ. We
that was phony anyway.
We're not gonna get into. He was so upset about the Air Max that night. It was ridiculous.
Cal said, "Yo, I'm gonna put these on eBay."
I told him you could have flipped him. You could have flipped him for at least a little half. But nah. Piece of DDM.
Yeah, man.
Hold your head. Take your time.
We with you, brother. Uncle Manny.
100%. You already know. I told you earlier. You already know what it is. Piece of the chat. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate everybody who rocks with us. And go read that list. And if you go to the 50 and it's somebody you don't know, do me a favor. Go to YouTube, search their name, and search Full Match. And just get educated for real. Like just do the damn thing.
Yes, please don't find yourself satisfied with, well, I don't know them niggas, so they must be wrong.
Right.
Find out why we're right.
100%. 100%. I'd like find out why we're right. Mimi says she's starving, so we got to get out of here. It's fun. The fact you already said it was dinner time earlier. It is what it is. DDM, please, with the classic. Take us out.
All my niggas in the whole wide world. Doom. All my niggas in the whole wide world. Being everything the safest for us. This shit is for us.